a real interesting thing to see on next season. But I do think no matter how bad this team might be next season, whether they win a bowl game, whether they go to a bowl game, no matter how many wins they have, I firmly believe that Kevin Sumlin will still be the quarterback, or excuse me, the head coach of this team. And why do I think that? Recruiting class. Arizona now has 20 commits to its 2021 recruiting class, which is pretty solid. But the reason why I think that is so impressive, because if you wind back the clocks to May 1st, you're going to see that what Arizona had zero commits to its 2021 class. They were one of the last Power 5 schools to get a commit. I actually think they were the last school to get that 2021 commit. And at 3 months later, now they have a full class. So I really do think that recruiting class saved Kevin Sumlin. They now rank 6th in the conference. It's the highest recruiting class ranking since the Kevin Sumlin era. And Ryan, I just want to get your thoughts on this. Do you think that I'm crazy for thinking that Kevin Sumlin is going to stick around for another year?
Crazy, Jacob, because like Kevin Sumlin coming in was 51-26 at Texas A&M in the SEC, and like he made 5 bowl games there out of 6 years, and like he recruited like so well, and in the SEC, which is arguably the toughest conference, he had 4 or 5-star guys and 75 4-star recruits in 6 years. And at Arizona so far, this is his 3rd year coming up. He's only recruited 3 4-star players. I mean, in the Pac-12, like that's very hard to compete. I mean, because the Pac-12 is such a high level conference, and I know that they do have some young players and recruits coming in, but it's from that lower tier of players, and I just don't believe that it's going to be tough with those guys to compete, just like we talked about with the defense.
I mean, yeah, I would have to agree to you that he certainly has a lot to prove. But I mean, I think not only this 2021 class, I feel like this is one of those classes where it's like, let him play, let him coach with his guys. And, these guys in the past years, those weren't the guys that he recruited. But now he has this class of guys, so let him coach these guys. That's kind of what it feels like to me. And it's not just the 2021 recruiting class. I mean, Arizona has already added to its 2022 recruiting class, and with some big names as well. You got Keon Graves from Chandler, Arizona. He's a wide receiver, 3-star. I honestly think that he could be more of a 4-star. He looks really good. I watched a little bit of his film. He's an incredible route runner. I think he's a legit wide receiver prospect. And they also got Trayshawn Burgo, who, if you're familiar and you live in the Tucson area, you're probably familiar with his name. He's a gunslinger, probably one of the best quarterbacks in Southern Arizona. And he's one of those guys that has leadership qualities written all over him. He's one of those guys where people want to play for him. Other players are going to want to come to Arizona because he's there. So to get him on the recruiting class, not only just to get him on the recruiting class, but to get him on early as well, I think could be huge. He's already been vocal about wanting to change kind of the stigma and the stereotype of Arizona being a mediocre football program. So I think he is just the perfect fit to have on Arizona's recruiting class.
I agree. Those 2 names are exciting. And it, like you said about the history of Arizona football, it's going to be tough. Like for Kevin Sumlin, did come in with a difficult job and like trying to turn things around, because Arizona, like you said, is not like known to be an great football program, and he's trying to change that. It's just like I don't know how long like they're gonna give him. I mean, like teams like even Arizona State, like USC, like these schools, like they're just recruiting at a higher level, and that's what it comes down to. And all the way back for Kevin Sumlin, back when he coached Houston, he was good. Like he's been a solid head coach. It's just, and like with the Arizona, like with that new and improved practice facility, like they have I wonder why like more recruits, high level recruits, don't want to come here.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree. He certainly has a lot to prove, and I mean, I think it's important to note that every season that someone has coached, his win record has gone down every single year. He has not improved. So, I mean, if we're going by that trend, Arizona could be in a lot of trouble next year in the season on. But I want to switch over to our third